We are on Facebook and on my friend's page, Pastor John DeLacio, because I have some important information I want to share with you. People don't know we're doing this right now, but they will be able to see it when it's run again. Uh, when we do these live, Facebook puts it on again, and so other people can see it at their convenience. And it doesn't stay on, they don't leave it on forever. I think they leave it on for about 30 days, if I'm not mistaken. So we're learning as we're earning. But I'm excited. So much is happening. I don't even know where to start. If I start from the beginning, we'll need a real drink. I've been on Facebook for some years with several pages. Bear with me as I explain this because I want you to understand. Because if you are my friend, then you may most likely been a friend directly or indirectly for a lot of years. So you know more about me and the ministry. You've seen our struggles. You've seen our accomplishments. You've seen the attacks. You've seen us overcome. And we're still here. But this is our friends page, they call it. We just did about an hour program, a 47-minute program on my other page that I'm going to tell you about. This is why this is important. We have a page called Pastor John DeLacio. It's called Heartland Christian Center Central. Pastor John DeLacio, right? That's one page. I have not paid much attention to that page at all until recently. We have another page called Pastor John DeLacio HDR. HDR stands for Honorary Doctorate. We put the Honorary Doctorate on there to identify the different pages. The page, Pastor John DeLacio HDR, is the page that we will be doing the majority of our live broadcasting on. I would like to do it on this page, Pastor John DeLacio. Why? I would have a lot less explaining to do, a lot less breaking walls down, a lot less helping people understand who we are, what we're doing, why we're doing it. Because you know me, and you're still there. But also, we have a lot of people that follow me on this page, Pastor John DeLacio. So if I could do my live programs on this, it would take off a lot quicker. However, in order to get the benefits of what we're doing and how it will help the ministry, Facebook wants us to do live broadcasting from public figure pages. And if we do the live broadcasting on our public figure pages, we have a lot more advantages to get blessed to the ministry. So, even though on my public figure pages I had less followers, it's the page that we want to build upon. I was mainly doing my friend's page because I cannot separate me in the ministry. I can't. I am who I am. I can't separate. That's, that's who I am. So that's all I cared about was my friends and doing this. But it was time for our ministry to take the next step. We have a gift from God. We have the anointing from God. We have the ability. We have the grace for media, video, audio, on television, live streaming, radio. Our radio station was on all kinds of radio, shortwave radio, AM radio, FM radio, and radio things that I didn't even know existed. And God gave us this grace. Our television ministry was so popular. The preaching from the platform, the ministry and services, the teachings in a studio, and we did it for many of them. And then our other program, Fishing with the Pastor, very popular and a great success. It's a blessing God gave us, and we're blessed to be a blessing. But with everything that was happening and going on, television got so expensive, and then comes the internet. And we backed off on television because of many reasons, including money. And for a season, I want to do more television. I feel to do more television. I have an anointing to do more television. But right now, the door is open for the internet. We waited for the right time. I'll give you an example. We knew in the early 80s that we would have a television program. But we didn't. Oh, and I did some television here and there. But we did not have our own television program until I think 92 or 93, 1992 or 3. So we knew we were going to do what we're doing now in a big way on the internet, but we had to wait for the timing. We had some irons in the fire. We lost leases on buildings. We had some issues that we had to take care of. We was in a healing time. We was waiting for the right timing, and me, being who I am, understand that if you wait for everything to be perfect to do something, you may never do it. So I knew that. So even though I wanted to get our ducks in a row, have a ministry of excellence, and do it line upon line and precept on precept, and wanted to wait till we were physically or financially ready to do it, I knew that when God spoke to go, we were going to go ready or not. And God spoke. One of the ways he spoke was through people. And people were telling me all the different ways that, excuse me, I got a little itch. They were telling us the different ways and networks that we could put our program on. And they were telling me how great it would be if we had our program on that network that we watch a lot. And because we were well known in the media, we had a lot of other networks that do live streaming wanted us to go on their network, but was waiting for the timing. And the time came. And through Bishop Larry Stutzman, one of the ministries I'm ordained with, he kept pushing me and said, Pastor John, you really need to go. He said, you had a very successful television ministry, and you could be very successful on that. And I could, I know. I'm just waiting for God to say go. Well, in November 2024, we felt it was time to start live. And we want to do live streaming on all those other platforms, but we wanted to start with Facebook because we also had somewhat of a following. And to follow Facebook's instructions and guidelines on how we would get the most advantage of it in the long run for the ministry, it was best to start the live on my public figure page, Pastor John DeLacio, HDR. But we didn't have that many people on that page because I never paid attention to it. This is the page, Pastor John DeLacio, my friend. This is the one we have thousands of people following. But I need your help. I want you to stay my friend. I am long suffering when it comes to relationships. I really am. A lot of people would say too long suffering because I had one pastor say to me, you have tenacity. And I said, cast it out. What do you mean? He said, you put up with people that I would have gave up on a long time ago. But it's a gift and a grace that God gave me for this reason. After being on staff for 10 years with a large ministry, in 1988, I was sent to pastor a struggling church in South Florida. I gave up businesses to go with that other ministry, businesses that I loved, businesses I felt I was good at. At the time when I first got involved, I was in the restaurant business. I had 2 sporting goods stores. I owned Partners in a fishing magazine, Partners of a golf magazine, and Partners in fishing stuff. And in the process there, I was also a consultant to the fishing industry and sold franchises. So, and I was working at my hobby. I loved what I was doing. So when I went from the business world to full-time with the previous ministry, got a lot of experience. Rubbed shoulders with a lot of big-name people. I had a good foundation. I was the director of pastoral care, which covered a lot of areas of ministry. In 1988, I just thought about this. In 1988, I was sent out to pastor that struggling church from the platform, hands laid on, from the pastor, from the presbytery, with blessings. And then on August 21st, 1988, I preached my first sermon in the new church. It was struggling in many, many, many ways. And I had many other doors open to pastor, but that's the one I felt God wanted me to go to. The worst of the opportunities, at least in human eyes. So it was good. So I got a lot of experience. And then from this, God opened a traveling ministry. And I was preaching just about every night, sometimes morning, evening, morning, noon, and night for many years. I have some daytimers here that I've saved. One time, I decided to count them. And I found out I was preaching over 500 services a year. 550 or so. And I said to God, I can't tell people this. People are going to say, how can you preach 500 services in a year? There's only 365 days. I said, how am I going to explain that to them? But we were preaching several services on Sunday, seminars, conferences, Bible schools, schools of ministry. And God blessed our ministry to give us experience, added to the wisdom, adding to the study, so we can do what we're doing now. Well, here's the situation. In case you haven't noticed, a lot of people on Facebook don't agree with you. Oh no. A lot of them, they don't even believe there's a God. Many of them don't believe in the biblical values that you believe in. Many of them think that a preacher on television is a charlatan, a TV preacher. just wants your money. Many of them think everything should be free, and you should give them everything free. Many of them have no comprende. I think that means they don't understand. They haven't been educated. I, and many of you, have been fortunate. First of all, I was raised in New York, New Jersey area, so I'm pretty streetwise. So if you can see my little trophy there, with me and the sulky, that is a trophy that I got for racing a horse that I won with in Pompano Beach when racing was that racing was very big. It was a big sport. Thousands of people in the stadium. It was big, and people loved me because they bet on me and made money off me, and I loved it. So I was streetwise in the streets. I was streetwise from horses, and I'm a motorcycle guy, and had businesses. And everything from the fishing business to the restaurant business to the horse racing business to the motorcycle season, all of it, God was able to take that and give me understanding, and then planted me in a great church like Calvary Assembly of God in Winter Park, Florida, with a preacher that really was a good Bible teacher, Dr. Roy Harvin, and then connecting with him, other men and women of God. So I'm fortunate to see the good, the bad, the ugly, and then with the traveling. So I've been able to see, to understand. What I cannot understand, I try to be understanding. And many of you are like that and had some of the same opportunity. But a lot of people on Facebook don't know that. Many of them are from different countries, and they believe in another God or another religion, or they're atheists or heathens or whatever. And they have to be educated. But you that are friends with this page, Pastor John DeLacia, you know I'm a pastor. A lot of you have been to our church. A lot of you, I've been to your church and to your towns in Virginia, in Delaware, in Baltimore, in Carolina, in Pennsylvania, in West Virginia. I don't know if I ministered in Pennsylvania, but the whole region there, in West Virginia, over to Ohio, and upstate New York, and to Wisconsin. I'm on my journey, let me enjoy it. And to Minnesota, and Dakota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Indiana, Ohio, the Gulf, Mexico, soon to be the Gulf of America. So most of you knew me. You knew my mannerism. You know I don't take any guff. You know I talk with the do's, don'ts, and the ain'ts. You know who I am. And you're still my friend. I like that. So I feel like talking to you, I don't have to tear down. It's that comes with the prophetic ministry. When God said to Jeremiah, don't tell me you can't do this. You were called from your mother's womb. And here's what I want you to do. It's not going to be easy for you. This is so good. Oh, I'm getting ministered to. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Of course, many years ago, God spoke to me that he has given me a ministry of restoration. I'm seeing right now, Jeremiah had that. Because to Jeremiah, he said, I've called you to be a prophet to the nation, not just to the little local church, the big local church. I'm not being thought. Not to the ministry on the street, no. Not just to the regional church, not just to the, but to the nations. to tear down, pull down, uproot, destroy, and build. That's what we do with this teaching. We tear down, pull down, uproot, destroy the religious mentality, and then what do? We build on a firm foundation. That's what we do with this. Freedom from the Jezebel influence. Tear down, pull down, uproot, destroy, build on a firm foundation, so that the foundation of the church and the ministry is not just built on Mr. Moneybag, Sister Muckabout, or brother influence. It's built on a foundation of Jesus Christ, and on that solid rock we stand. All other ground, it's entertainment. It's a nightclub in the church. It's skinny jeans, smoke machines, a big screen. Nothing wrong with all of that if you got the foundation right. But many times they go to the glitter and the glamour, and now they grab a crowd that was drawn by glitter and glamour, and now they don't want to hear the truth. So the preacher can't tell them what you should vote for. The preacher don't want to rebuke the Jezebel. And what happens? The Spirit of God is hindered. The move of God is hindered. And they might have a big crowd. But I don't want to talk about no more about that. What I want to talk about, and what I came to tell you, is this. Most of you on this page know me for a long time. You understand? The people that we're building now, and it's building quickly, I am so impressed. We've been putting videos and doing live videos on Pastor John H.R., and the thousands of viewers and the positive comments and the love and the heart. I am amazed. I am amazed. And so grateful. But I don't want to go that direction and schooling and ruling and training these people, many of them who don't understand what you understand, and forget about my friends on this page. I want you to come along, is what I'm trying to say. I want all of my friends, and some of you already did, I want all of my friends who watch me and connected with me over the years. You've seen the grief, you've seen the pain, you saw the loss, you've seen the hurt, you've seen the overcoming, and you're still here. And I've tried to stay pastoral in it, but I had a lot of other posts in there too. I want all of you to stay friends on this page. I want you to also stay friends and follow me on the other page called Heartland Christian Center, Pastor John DeLay, Heartland Christian Center Central, Pastor John DeLay. But I want you to come along on the page that we are now grooming and growing, called Pastor John DeLacio, HDR, standing for Honorary Doctorate. Take a deep breath. I finally got to what I wanted to say. I came on this page live today, 3:30 on a Sunday afternoon, that we don't normally do. Many people don't even know we're doing this right now. A lot of them will see it when it's rerun again. But here's what I came to say. Stay, my friend. But also help us build the other pages. When I'm doing a live video, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m., when I am doing my other live program, Tuesday, 7:30, when I'm doing my other live program on that page, 2:30, I feel like I'm going to get some people over here. I have to hope that they somehow catch it over here. But as I'm doing those, I really think about you, and I say, I wish those people could see this too. So once in a while I share it, but it doesn't have the same effect. We don't want either one of us to get lost in the growth or lost in the crowd because it's growing quick. We've had thousands of views. We just started this around Thanksgiving. And without paying attention to it, the YouTube is growing. So we need to stay together here. We need to have the equipment we need because I cannot do live daily on Instagram and on Truth and on Global or this. I can't. There's only so many hours in the day. So what I want to do is this. I want to, and I want to do it because Facebook recommends it, and they know more about this than I do. Facebook said this is the page you should go live on. Public figure page is what they want. So here's what I want to do before we run out of time. I want to do the live broadcasting, the majority of the live broadcasting on Pastor John DeLacio, HDR. But I want to, at the same time, through the right equipment, be live on all the other networks at the same time, so I don't have to do them individually. With that, it takes cameras, it takes staff, it takes computers, it takes the right software. It's amazing what we could do today. Unfortunately, a lot of it takes money. Fortunately, I have good friends who help support the ministry. I'm blessed. Been doing this since the 70s. Blessed. I've been singing a little song this morning. Never, never, never have I ever, ever, ever been so happy with my life before. Never, never, never have I ever, ever, ever been so happy with my Lord before. He takes away my sadness, fills my heart with gladness. He gives me all that heaven could afford. Never, never, never have I ever, ever, ever been happy in my life before. Why am I happy? Well, this might shock you, but I have relatives that retired when they were 55 years old. I don't want to give my age, but about 30 years ago, one of my daughters said to me, Dad, why don't you retire? And I said, retire from what? And she said, so you could do things you like to do. And I said, what could be more exciting than what I do? Plucking somebody out of hell, seeing somebody serving God, seeing somebody come back to God, seeing cancers go, demons go, and healing come. What could be more exciting? For the last 10 years or so, I wanted to get back to do our fishing programs, Fishing with the Pastor. Such a big hit. I want to do it right now. But timing is important because I don't want to do something that makes me feel good. No, I want to be in the center of God's will. And right now, this is what God wants me to do. So we're doing live right now on Facebook. We're doing live on Zoom. We record it and we put it on other platforms also. But as we get what we need, we're going to be live on all those other platforms at the same time. I just got a notice from YouTube that we had thousands of hours of the people watch. Hours. So if you have a 5-minute program, a 15-minute program, a half-hour program, that takes a lot of people watching. consistently to get 3,000 hours or so. Stay my friend. Stay my friend on this page. Follow me on my public figure pages. And as we do that, you'll get announcements of when we're going live. But right now the schedule is Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Sundays, 2:30. Tuesdays, 7:30. And we're adding more time. And once in a while, I'll do a live broadcast on the other network like we did yesterday. I'll talk about that. Planes, trains, and automobiles. We're recording that, well, we're live right now, but it's being recorded, and Facebook will put it back on for 30 days after we do it. So you might be seeing this later on. But we're having a yard sale. See how nice? Watch the broadcast I did at 2:30. Watch it. Pastor John DeLacio Live 2:30. Watch that. You will see I had to explain everything to them, why we do a yard sale. Because they don't understand why a pastor would do this. I don't have to explain that to you. You've been to our church, you've been to our sales, you've been to our churches, or you've been there. I don't know. So we're having a yard sale. Why? I don't have to explain that. When? That I have to explain. Where? I have to explain. So much easier it is. We're having it February 6th, 7th, and 8th. It's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The location is in Eustis, Florida. Now, I don't expect people watching it around the world in other places to come to the yard sale. But in Central Florida, you can come, you can help, you can volunteer, you can buy stuff, you can help us pack up, you can help us do it again. And you can shake my hand. And I'm going to have some of my flash drives there available. You'll be able to get them there and save us the shipping because we pay the shipping domestic. It's calculated out of the country. That's why I like it better when people get them from YouTube because YouTube calculates international shipping and it just makes it easier for us. And now I got a friend calling me. I can't talk to them right now. See this person right here? They have sent, I'll call them back. I just disconnected her. I don't know what, you know why they're calling out? They probably don't realize we're doing that. Oh, now they're calling back again. I need to call them because this is not like them. I gotta see if there's an emergency. They have sent a offering, the same amount, every month, the beginning of every month, for maybe 35 years. And now they're calling me. So I have to call them back, see if they're okay. Let me tell you what happened to them. They're up in years now. They're probably going to get mad at me for telling you this. They're up in years now. She now has a walker, like on wheels. And they had to go up an escalator. He was in the front, holding the walker. She was, can you text him back there? Text him and tell him I'll call him after the broadcast. But this just happened about 2 weeks ago. He was in front holding the wheelchair. She was behind him. He lost his footing. He fell. The wheelchair was on top of him. He rolled on top of her, and the two of them tumbled all the way down the escalator. They were banged up. Went to the hospital. They're recovering. And she's a little bit of a wise guy. And so I found one of those reels with somebody falling down the escalator. I sent it to him. She said, "That ain't funny." I said, "Well, it's a joke." It sure made a lot of people laugh, but it made them laugh too. Anyway, I gotta go. We're having the art sale um, February 6th, 7th, and 8th. Anyway, it's on Kirk Street in Eustis. Okay, this is a text Arlene sent me, who is our associate minister. Here's the address. It's called Self Storage in Eustis. The address is Kirk Street, 2910 Kirk Street, Eustis, Florida, 32726. In case you want to Google it, or MapQuest, 2910 Kirk Street, Eustis, Florida, 32726. And if you want more information, you call our number. We're going to go out and put that on the screen again. Anyway, big yards. Now listen, rain or shine, because we're going to be under the porch. So even if it rains, you can still walk around, stay out of the weather, but let's believe for good weather. Friends, stay my friend on this page, but most of my live broadcasting and videos will be on my other page, Pastor John DeLisio, HDR. So follow me on that page also, please. Because a lot of the people out there don't know what you know. So it would be good if you would do that, and you will get blessed by anointed messages also. Get the flash drives. Can we put that information on the screen? We're going out now. We love you so much. Take a screenshot of this. See on the top, Pastor John HDR. Follow me on that page. Tell others too. If you want to send an offering, Cash App. Right now, one of our high-definition cameras broke. It's a Canon camera. It's high definition. It's not just a regular little house camera that you could do video. Those are all fine, but it's not what we need to do, what we want to do. We want to do live on many platforms at the same time. Canon said they know the problem. They could fix it for $500 if somebody wants to send a Cash App for that. We love you. Take a screenshot because we're going to move this. Oh, take that screenshot. There you go. All right. You can enlarge it if you want to make it bigger, but I'm really honored. Never been so happy in my life before. My latter years shall be greater than the former. And God is adding good years to my life. I want to not only, God blessed me in this ministry by His grace, because I was a street guy, motorcycle guy, a horse racing guy, fishing guy. So God gave me the grace that I knew I didn't know nothing. And I was able to start this ministry off on a good foundation. It's important to start it off right and end it right. That's why when I was sent out, I was able to get this plaque when they came down and dedicated my new ministry to Pastor John DeLisio. The Lord said unto thee, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful with a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. Matthew 25:21, and it's signed with love from your friends. August 21, 1988. I love you. I got to go say some songs, and I don't want to embarrass you. Stay connected.